Hey there mamas, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and today I want to share with you how we threw an Indiana Jones birthday party on a $100 budget. Here on my patio, and I'm going to try and make this a quick video before I lose my light. The kids are playing and Noah's at swim practice, so let's get started. If you have seen my budget video for the Lego City birthday party, you'll know that my son loves Legos and he loves every theme that could ever go along with Legos, and I love saving money. So this party was no exception. If you Google Lego Indiana Jones stuff on the internet, it is either number one, impossible to find, or number two, if you can find it anywhere, the price is crazy. It's crazy expensive because it's out of print now. All the kits are gone, all the Lego party supplies are gone. They're very hard to find. Kits are okay priced on eBay, but they're still more than I was willing to spend. So this party took a lot of creativity, but since he let me know the theme pretty far in advance, we were able to really work with it. So this was our $100 budget. For invitations, I went to Joann's. I bought plain note card invitations, just the small dollar pack ones, and I did like what is it called? The Tim Holtz inking. So it looked like an aged piece of paper, and then I printed out a digital image onto wallet size from Costco, did some like clip art type stuff, put it on the invitations, good to go. We did about 16 invitations for around $3. So huge money saver. I would probably spend $3 or $4 for 8, and that would be if I could find something that was in print, and like I said, because they weren't in print, they were super expensive. So that was invitations. As far as party decor, because everything is out of print, we went with a real like jungle theme look. So, and I tried to play off the ideas of the different themes of Indiana Jones. So I spent a couple dollars on solid colored balloons, and I'm trying to think what color streamers I used, either green and brown or green and yellow for the Lego. I don't remember, but you'll see in his party video as well. And my list over here. We did, what else did I have for decor? Oh, I reused a jungle themed banner from my 1-year-old's first birthday. He had a monkey party, and it was just giant like jungle leaves that my mother-in-law had printed out onto colored paper, and then she had attached it with twine, and it said happy birthday. So I reused the banner. That was a complete savings. I didn't spend any money on that, and you will see it in the party video as well, so it'll give you some idea of what it looked like. As far as the tablecloth, I just used a basic colored tablecloth, threw it on the table. I went to Joann's again, and they were clearancing out all their solid colored party supplies. So while I was there, I picked up green and brown plates and napkins, and then we had yellow and green forks and spoons. They were around 50 cents a package, so even cheaper than Dollar Tree. I stocked up on a bunch. I actually still have a few left over, but I figured better to be over prepared than under prepared. As far as decor goes, you know what, one of the things that we did with the tablecloth, because it was a basic tablecloth, my mom had Lego wrapping paper left over from her gift, and we laid out like a runner of that across a basic solid colored tablecloth. So for me personally, that wasn't an expense, but it would be if you were to buy the wrapping paper. I bought a skull because he has an October birthday. I bought this like crystally glittery skull from the Party City, which was out for the holidays, and I spent $1.50. And I also bought, because Indiana Jones hates snakes, I bought a package of like just rubber snakes from the dollar store and hung all over the patio. And oh, and then from there I just used game items for decorations. Like we had a couple of homemade things that we used that I had laying around the table that we were going to use for games later. I had the piñata sitting on the table that we were going to use for the game later, and so I put all that out as decoration. For games, we did a couple different things. I found a tutorial online, and I will link that below, for making your own homemade whip, because again, I went to Party City to buy a whip. $16 to buy an Indiana Jones whip. I found a tutorial on how to make one out of duct tape, and I bought camo duct tape, although you could use brown, and I wrapped a piece of PVC pipe and braided the different parts of the duct tape, and that was my Indiana Jones whip. So for this party game, we had to whip the bad guys, and my mother-in-law printed out some clip art, and we actually just taped it onto some used water bottles, filled them with sand, and then the kids took turns seeing how many they could knock down. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me because the kids, it was actually a little long, the kids got wrapped up in it, and it was pretty funny to watch. One of the other games we did was like blow darts, and so again, PVC piping wrapped in duct tape, and we bought a package of miniature marshmallows that they could shoot out of the blow dart, and I bought a piece of poster board from the dollar store for 50 cents, made a target on it, and that was great. Although I think they would have had just as much fun shooting marshmallows at each other. You know, boys, right? Last minute, I sent my husband to the Dollar Tree to try to find a golden goblet, which he could not find. But he came home, because it was Halloween, with a skull, and we spray painted it with leftover spray paint from the piñata, and we had our crystal skull, and we played Indiana Jones theme music that we found on the internet, and we played Pass the Skull like hot potato. The last thing we did was a homemade piñata. Again, I took the balloon, wrapped it in the paper mache, spray painted it silver, drew a face on it, and it was a crystal skull, which we had sitting on the table. We had all this other stuff sitting there as well. And then one of the things that we grabbed at the last minute, my mom and I were looking, I was saving some of those large fruit cans for another game, for another kid, and they were still silver, and they looked very like something you would see in a archaeologist camp type thing, just a plain can. We stuck the blow darts in there, the whip in there, we had silverware in one, we had napkins in another. It was just an easy, quick decor idea. Let me see, where are we at? Oh, food. So food-wise, I did salad and a nacho bar and a fruit platter. So we spent $30. Now that also included a few things that we had for lunch the next day because we had family in town. That wasn't all party food, but like I said, there was salad with a couple of goodies, carrots, olives, tomatoes, that kind of stuff with dressing, a fruit platter with bananas, grapes, strawberries, and then I did a nacho bar, which was chips, olives, salsa, jalapenos, sour cream, cheese, and some of the kids threw the lettuce on there. I did not do meat, but pretty basic and very kid-friendly because this was lunchtime. I knew they were going to be all over the place and excited, and they weren't going to really sit down and eat, but I want to give them something before they had cake. So that was lunch. Also included in my food budget was the candy for the piñata and the ice cream. And I think that was it. Yeah. So cake and ice cream, this is my one probably cheat in the party. My mom always makes the kids birthday cakes, and so it is not actually included in my budget. The ice cream is, but again, you can do a really simple homemade cake. She actually took a couple of layers of brownie because my son prefers brownie over cake, stacked them, frosted them, and then put all his Lego like jungle themed Indiana Jones people in a scene on the top. So, you know, that wasn't included in my budget, but that's a very easy budget friendly way of doing a birthday cake. Party favors. Because it's fall, well, a couple of things. We sent the kids home with their blow darts, so that was an easy one. We sent the kids home with their piñata candy, And because it's fall, like fall to me just speaks of Rice Krispie treats. So I made Rice Krispie treats, cut them into squares, sprinkled like fall themed sprinkles over the top of them, sent them home. $3. Easy favor. The last thing that was included in my budget was my son's birthday present. He needed a new baseball mitt, and I found them on Zulily in like March, no, later than that, probably May. I found them on Zulily for $27. I knew he was gonna need one, and I'd already filed it away as a birthday present idea, and so that was our birthday present for 27 bucks. All totaled together, $100 birthday party. So much fun, one of the funnest parties I have ever done. I'm trying to talk my son into letting me do it again next year. So I hope that gives you some ideas, and we'll talk to you later, mamas.